Hey there, fight fans. Welcome back to another episode of the Ranch Boxing Podcast, UFC edition, Adog's Picks. We've got a big show for you today, man. Jam-packed with some good fights here and a little bit of review. But before we get to that, let's say what's up to our boy from Cali, coming straight up from the bar. What's up, man? What's up? What's going on, bro?
You all right?
Adog in the house.
Thirsty Thursdays. I had to stop by the bar before we got on. Not too much, but I'm ready to go, man. Let's get this.
Hell yeah, man. I know what it's like, man. Getting your Thirsty Thursday, your drink on. I got my drink on right here. I got a nice tall boy of limeade dog right there. There it is, ready to go. All right, man. So what was that? Yeah.
I said I love it. I wish I was as good as a man as you were.
All right, man. So let's get to it, man, because we got a fight night coming up. We're gonna get into some other news and some other events that we missed. But let's get to this week's fight night, man. Saturday, February 21st, at Toyota Center, Houston, Texas. The main card, we have the former middleweight champion Sean Strickland going up against the up-and-coming Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Sean Strickland coming in number 3, Anthony Hernandez number 4. On the main card, undercard, we have number 12, always game, Geoff Neal against Uros Medic in a welterweight bout. Man, Geoff Neal never gets an easy fight, man. In a featherweight bout, number 14, Dan Ige goes up against Melky Zael Costa in a featherweight bout. In a heavyweight bout, number 7, Sergey Spivak versus number 9, Ante Delija. Welterweight bout, Jacob Smith versus Josiah Harrell. Middleweight bout, Zach Reese versus Michelle Pereira. All right, man. Where should we start here? You want to start at the bottom?
First fight I got against is Smith and Harrell.
What's up with this fight? What do you think on this one?
2 undefeated fighters, 1-0 must go, man. 2 good fighters on paper.
Good.
Yeah, two good. Big odd difference. Kobe Smith has fought. He's been 2-0 in the UFC. Josiah Harrell, first fight in the UFC. He was a regional champion in Ohio. Good fighter, obviously undefeated. On this one, the big difference for me is the reach advantage, man. Jacoby Smith, 2-0 in the UFC, but with a 4-inch reach advantage. I see Jacoby Smith having too much experience. Josiah Harrell looks good, but I just see Jacoby Smith being the more experienced fighter. He's used to the lights, and I see Jacoby Smith taking a KO in the second or third round.
Oh man, that's good. Yeah, I looked him up right now. 11-0. I won't lie, man. This is an experts card right now. An experts card, because there's a lot of names here, man, that I'm not really familiar with. And but man, I'm always game to watch 2 undefeated guys. These guys look pretty young, man. We are 30. Great age, man. 30.
And Josiah's 27.
Smith, and Josiah's 27, man. So yeah, Josiah's probably a few years away from his peak, but who knows, man? You never know. Sometimes these guys peak early. 11-0 for both of them, and that's good. So you said you had Jacoby Smith edging on this one or knocking him out?
Yeah, knocking him out. He comes in as a big favorite at -310. And like I said, I just chalked that up to experience. That's why they're giving him the edge on that. And Josiah Harrell, he is, again, like I said, regional champ, but getting matched up against Jacoby Smith, who's been in the UFC 2-0, and coming off the UFC contender with the win. I just see him being too experienced, seeing the lights, and coming up with another win, making him 3-0 in the UFC against a newcomer and Josiah Harrell.
Good, man. Good. I'm going to be interested in seeing this, man. I want to see how this works out. I mean, it seems like it's going to be good experience, win or lose, for Josiah Harrell. If he's able to pull this off, might be good for him. But it seems like Jacoby Smith is the favorite, and he's your pick. So he might be primed for starting to make some moves here. This is a good fight, man, especially on the undercards. A sleeper, a sneaker here, man. Way to go.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's move forward, shall we? What other one are we going to look at before the main event?
Sergey Spivak versus Ante Delija. Great fight. Almost even odds. +110 for the veteran Sergey Spivak. They both are coming off a common opponent loss, and your boy Waldo Cortez Acosta, who just
Yeah.
got a win a couple of weeks ago. They both are coming off that same loss. They also have Marcin Tybura wins, so they've lost to the same guy and they've beat the same guy in the heavyweight division. So with this, I'm not sure why Sergey Spivak is coming off as a slight underdog. This guy has much more experience. This guy's fought the likes of Jalton Almeida, again, Marcin Tybura. He's fought Cyril Gahn, and he actually subbed
Ooh.
Derek Lewis. He subbed Derek Lewis. He beat him. So
Wow.
Delicia's a good up and coming heavyweight at 26-7. But with this, I think that Osmaker got it wrong. I'm taking Sergey Spivak in this in a hard fought decision. I think it's gonna go back and forth. I think they're both evenly matched fighters. I just think again, man, I'm a big, big fan of records and who they fought, and I just think this guy has a better resume. So I'm going Sergey Spivak as the slight underdog at plus 110 and taking him in a hard fought decision.
All right, man. Yeah. As I'm looking at this, yeah, they do have those two common opponents. Same result, except that Cortez Acosta was able to take out Delija in the first round, and it was a unanimous decision that he had on Spivak. So yeah, it looks like Spivak has the advantage in this one, and he has a KO loss to Almeida though. Dude, I didn't even know Jalton Almeida ever had a knockout. That dude,
Exactly.
man. We'll get to Jalton later. I mean, but everyone has enough time, and Jalton was highly touted for a while there. But we'll get into that drama later. But yeah, I have to agree with you, man. I don't know anything about Ante Delija, but I've seen Spivak fight. Not to say that he's, he would be a heavy favorite or anything like that. And you're saying, is he the favorite?
Spivak is a slight underdog at plus 110, and I got
Okay.
Delija at minus 130.
Okay, so it's not crazy. Yeah, okay. I can see that, man. I can see Spivak doing this. This is going to be an interesting fight, man. Like we said before, how thin the heavyweight division is, and they need a spark in that division.
Exactly.
And we'll see what happens with that. We'll see if they get a spark from the light heavyweight division, because something's sorely lacking there. And I don't want to put it all on the on Aspinall's shoulders, but geez, man, we need something in that division. It's hard for the UFC to go forward with their such a weak heavyweight division. Can't be doing that. All right, man. Yeah, good call. Good call. I have to agree with that, Spivak, but I want to see this Delija guy. Maybe he has something we haven't seen. I love it when a person gets into the UFC, maybe goes through some trials, and then they go on a run. Kind of a little bit like our main event, Sean Strickland did. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. All right, man. What do you want to move on to next? Where should we go?
Cool. We got the third fight. Dan, who I believe has got into journeyman Ige against Melquizael Costa. I just see this. I see this. The oddsmaker got it right. You got Dan Ige at plus 182. I have Melquizael at minus 212. This guy's 6-1 in his last 7. He did get finished by Steve Garcia earlier in his career. And Ige 2-3 in his last 5, coming off a loss against Patricio Pitbull. Who me and you, we're still waiting to see if Patricio Pitbull can really turn that corner coming from Bellator. I don't think so, but Dan Ige is coming off a loss from him. I just see the young against the old. Dan Ige at 34, Costa at 29. I just see Costa coming in and putting on a show against a big name. By far his biggest name. Dan Ige may be a journeyman, but he's a big name. He's fought the likes of Lopez, but I just see this young kid at 29 putting it on Ige and getting a finish in the second or third round. And an easy fight for him, and just setting him up for a fight against better competition and bigger names. So I got Costa in an easy fight against Dan Ige.
Yeah, I didn't catch the odds, man. What are the odds with Costa?
Costa is at a minus 212, what I got on my book, and at a plus 182 on Dan Ige.
Okay, yeah, man. Costa, what is I kind of five wins in a row.
Yeah, and 6-1 is the last 7.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Yeah, and poor Ige, man. I mean, I you can't really count the Lopez loss, and that went to a unanimous decision because that was a late sub, just crazy straight out the crowd. And then he's fought some big names in the last few fights. He did fight Laron Murphy, and he went to a unanimous decision. Man, that's hard. See, when you always get the veteran, the guy who's been tested before against the new guy coming up, it's clear that Dan Ige has the better competition, man. And even if you lose someone like you're losing to people like Laron Murphy. Now, I don't like the Pitbull loss, but
Exactly.
you never know. That's if it wasn't for that, man, I would probably pick Ige. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. And he lost to Bryce Mitchell, not to what 3 years ago. So yeah, I can see that, man. I mean, I don't want to see Ige lose. I like how the way he fights. I like how he's always game and stuff like that. But man, this is I'm not saying he's not young, but this is a newcomer's game and a young man's game. And this Costa kid, he looks like he's ready to make a move here, 5 in a row. Looking to make it 6 against probably his first recognizable name in Dan Ige, man. And we all
Exactly.
know Dan Ige. He comes to fight, man. There's no easy fights. I think he's gonna find out if he really belongs in the top 15 at all, because Dan Ige is number 14. Not saying that Costa, if he wins, if he gets a number by his name, but that's a lot of incentive for Dan Ige to fight super hard. You don't want to fall into the oblivion after 15. And Costa, if he does win, he'll be either at 15's door or he'll crack the top 15, and that's a whole new level of competition. And that's a whole new level of getting placed on the card. I mean, he's already third on a main card, which is good. So big things maybe for Costa, and we'll see how Dan Ige responds, man. Good for them. It's a bit of a crossroads fight there.
Exactly. As you say, crossroads. One guy's at the bottom of the top 15. One guy's ready to break in. Something's gonna change here. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I just think, man, 19-10. When I look at that, I just see Nate Diaz numbers, and I just see him on a downfall on 34. Not saying he's not gonna stick around. He'll be around for a while, but I just see this kid Costa coming up and breaking into the top 10 in the next year, man. I like this kid Costa.
Good, man. I want to see something from him. Yeah, I want to remember that name, man. Good. And hopefully, I won't have to mess up his name anymore. Melki Syed, Melki Syed, whatever.
Remember the
Brazil,
name.
man. All right,
Exactly.
we got to talk about Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal.
Yeah, Jeff Neal against Uros Medic. Both of them been in the UFC. One Uros Medic 12-3, actually coming in as an underdog. What I have on my book at plus 180. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. Jeff Neal. Obviously, I don't know if you've seen how he's been talking. He's been addicted, all that stuff. Now he's sober.
He's what?
He's been addicted to I didn't say what drugs, but that he's been battling
Oh, really?
addiction for the last 5 years, and now he's ready. Who knows? Whatever. He's looked good to me. He's fought, Shavkat. He's fought the top, the who's who. But he's 35 now at 16-7. I just don't see it. I like this kid Medic. I think he's a new up and coming, and I like him, man. Yeah, he's 3-2 in his last 5. He's almost there with Jeff Neal at 2-3-5. So these guys have been almost on the same street. But I just got Euros coming out. He's younger. I think he's more focused. And Jeff Neal, I don't know, man. I just don't feel him no more. When I used to think of Jeff Neal when he fought Mike Perry, I really thought he had a chance to get shot caught. I just don't see him like that anymore after the last couple of years. So I'm gonna go with the underdog at plus 180 and Euros Medic.
All right, man. Yeah. Jeff Neal, man. He'll have some great performances, and then he'll lose to somebody. Like when he lost to Magny, I'm like, oh man, how did he lose to Magny? But then Magny, like he always pulls off these crazy wins, so you never really know. I don't remember seeing Rose Medic around, but I've seen Jeff Neal several times, man, and he's always he's a tough guy, man. I heard he just hits super hard. It's it's clear that he has the better competition, man. And although he's lost probably all of those fights, I mean, fighting guys like Shavkat and E Machado Gary process that's crazy. And the one fight that he did fight a legend, and he caught him on the back end of his career, Rafael dos Anjos. He won that fight in first round knockout. It's crazy how and he beat Santiago Ponzinibbio. That's a
That's
decent
big.
name, man. That's a good name. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy, man. And you say that Jeff Neal is the underdog?
No, Jeff Neal's the favorite at 210 minus.
Okay, yeah, I can see that, man. And I don't know this meta guy, but he is, yeah, he's a couple years younger. Maybe he's looking to make a move. It's gonna be interesting to see, man. Jeff Neal really needs to. This is another crossroads fight. It's a crossroads fight. One guy out of the top 15, Jeff Neal. He's on the at the bottom of that top 15 at number 12. What's he gonna do, man? And you're saying that he just got sober.
He just said addiction. I don't know if he was smoking meth or just drinking. I don't know. Who knows what he's doing? But he just said he's been the last 5 years not right for the fights. That's what he's saying. He
Okay.
doesn't really elaborate on it, but he wasn't 100%. I can that's what I take from it. So, and he says now he's 100%. So who knows, man? Jeff Neal was always good. I love Jeff Neal. I love when he knocked out Mike Perry when Mike Perry was on a good one, and that was a great fight. But we'll see. But I just don't believe it. He's 35, man. It's really hard
Yeah, I know.
to to say now I'm ready at 35 when you got
35 with a
Lion.
lot of 35 with a lot of tough opponents, a lot of tough losses there, man. That Shavkat fight was crazy. And
Yeah,
yeah, all right, man. I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna take Jeff Neal in this one. I just think he might have one left in him, and if he really was on something was going bad, and if he was in a bad way, I'm gonna stick with Jeff Neal and see how this one shakes out. I'm gonna take him.
nice, nice.
All right, man. We're moving on to the main event here, man. This is fascinating. It's an intriguing fight, man. Coming back from a bit of a layoff, about a year layoff, former middleweight champion Sean Strickland coming off a suspension layoff, and Anthony Hernandez, who he's fought recently, but he got injured, right? And he couldn't fight what's his face?
De
God,
Ritter,
it's escaping me.
De
DeRitter.
Ritter.
He couldn't fight DeRitter. Yeah, so that's crazy. So I mean, is he okay? Is he not? You never know. I mean, you can't be turning down fights forever. Coming back to fight Sean Strickland, man, that's a tough fight to take. How do you see this fight going, man? This is yeah, top 5 action, man. Things are different in these waters. A lot of sharks.
Jesus, man. I just don't know how some of these odd makers got Sean Strickland as a 2-to-1 dog. You're talking about the middleweight champion that knocked off Adesanya in his prime in Australia. I don't know what if it's his people look at him personally because I don't know if you've heard Sean's recent pop-offs in his comments, but straight disrespect. This is Sean. This is gonna be Sean's 24th fight in the UFC. He's got a 16-7 record, and again, he's won the middleweight championship. I've been watching this kid for a long, long, long time since he was
Yeah.
15, fighting at the King of the Cage, and this kid is gonna make another. I just feel he's remotivated. Sean is like that. Sometimes he's totally in love with fighting. Sometimes he hates it, and I think this time off is just exactly what he needed. I just don't understand someone like Fluffy Hernandez who is on a tear. What he's got 5 fights in a row, wins. What is he at? What he's
Yeah, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 in a row. But this guy's lost and got KO'd by the likes of Kevin Holland,
7,
who
8,
7 in a row. He's won 8 in a
8
row.
wins in a row.
Okay.
He hasn't lost since Kevin Holland in 20. He hasn't lost in 6 years.
He hasn't
5 and a
lost
half.
in 6 years. Who's his biggest name right there? Kevin Holland?
Well, that's the biggest name that he's fought is probably Kevin Holland.
And what happened there?
His biggest win, I would say, would be the Dolidze his last fight. Or no, Brendan Allen probably. I
Okay,
would say
Brendan
Brendan
Allen,
Allen's the best
Brendan
the
Allen,
best
yeah,
name.
exactly. Brendan Allen's a legit, just beat the Ritter.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
Sean knocked
Brendan Allen's good.
Sean knocked him out, but
Yeah,
I just see
yeah.
I just see Sean remotivated, ready to make his final get again to that title again. I think he wants one more shot at the title. Sean's a realist. He knows when he's washed up. You'll never see Sean trying to fight for extra money, and he knows when uh, time has got him. And I think he's just ready. He seems motivated. He looks shredded. Jesus, he looks good. So I'm just hoping he puts it all together. And Sean's been the type to really, really put it on when the lights are on. And I just got Sean easily, easily skating to a decision win on this. I don't see Fluffy having anything. People say, "Oh, Fluffy jiu-jitsu." You know what? I followed Sean for a long, long time, and his jiu-jitsu game has never been shown because no one's ever tested him because uh he's so good. But Sean is a black belt and has been a black belt for over 10 years, 10, 15 years. And it's just crazy to me, the odds on this. And I just see Fluffy getting schooled on this. Bad, bad.
Do you think I think the words you said earlier where he's gonna dog walk him.
He's gonna dog walk this guy.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, no, to start, yeah, I have heard what Sean's been going off, man. He's been popping off at the mouth. And you know
Not
what?
good.
I love it. I don't care what he says, man. You say this is an entertainment game, man. It's fighting and it's entertainment, man. You bring it, Sean. You say you use that freedom, baby. Say what you
Not
want.
too
I don't care
much.
what you say. I don't care how crazy.
It's not a little too much.
Man, this is the
Oh,
UFC.
okay.
This is the UFC, fool. And Sean, in kind of like in Sean's in the way he talks, the way he speaks, this ain't the NFL, dog. The NFL used to be one of, a man is the UFC now. That used to be the standard for a man in the NFL. Now the standard for a man should be the UFC. I know that sounds crazy. I don't care, man. It's so funny to hear Sean be like that. He makes me want to say, start talking a bunch of crap. Just start talking all kinds of turkey, man. I want to do it. I love the drama that Sean brings, man. I don't care what he says. I don't care how outlandish it is. I don't care how offensive it is, man. That's not. I mean, I know a lot of people aren't like that, but one of them, I like to get offended, man. When I'm about to see someone get into a fight, I want to see him get smoked, or I want to see him win and talk more. I love it, man. They were even throwing out those crazy ICE and and like immigrant
Yeah.
memes out there with these guys, man. It's competition, man. It's all in fun. I know people, you can get upset about it. Go ahead, whatever, man. This is all it's all in fun. It's competition. It's the fight game. It's different, man. This ain't basketball. All right, I like basketball is one thing, but it ain't like that. All right, it's different. This is fighting. It is a sport, but it's not really, okay? It's a whole different level. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. So yeah, I had I was convinced, man. Like I thought Fluffy, he's been tearing it up. I didn't know he won like 8 straight, but I've been seeing him. He looks pretty good. Sean Strickland was a little bit worried about his year layoff, and I don't know if that suspension like got into his head or anything like that. But what I do know, man, is that he's had some really tough fights for the last 3-4 years, man. Those 2 DDP fights, Dricus du Plessis, I thought he won the first one, but and not the second one. But either way, it doesn't matter. They were tough fights, and it takes a toll on you, man. So, and when I was looking through his record, man, like he hasn't had not an easy fight, but he hasn't had a fight that you thought he would that he didn't have a chance of losing for like 6 years. So
Yeah.
Sean has he has the opponents. He has the history. He's beat the better competition. He's fought the better competition.
By far.
And Anthony Yeah, by far, by far. But and Anthony Hernandez, I'm just saying Anthony Hernandez just may not have that amount of miles, and he's a little bit younger, and he's got momentum behind him. Not to say that Sean doesn't, you know, Sean's Sean's very difficult to assess, you know, to
Yeah.
analyze because he's here and there and all kinds of stuff. And I know he's an emotional person and stuff like that. So it's tough to know exactly where he is and where his head's at. But I do enjoy him, man. I like Sean Strickland, and I'm gonna go with my head here. I'm gonna go with Anthony Hernandez. I think Fluffy keeps it going, man. And I'm not. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna be. What do you think Sean needs to do? Okay, how about this? What do you think Sean needs to do? What do you think Fluffy needs to do to win the fight? Like, who's how would they win this fight? I think
I
Sean
don't
he should just stay on his feet, right?
I don't think Fluffy has nothing. He's not going to win this fight, so there's nothing Fluffy can do. Sean is gonna that jab. You know, Sean's got the best jab, I believe. He's got the best jab in the UFC. Man, this guy knows how to box. He knows how to stay away. And the thing is, man, the people don't understand how good Sean's wrestling and grappling is because he hasn't been tested that way. Yeah, Duplessis took him down, but
Yeah.
Sean has been a black belt for a long, long, long time, man. And we all agree though his jab is good, man. His jab, that's what he uses, that's what he sticks with. And I just don't see Fluffy has nothing for. Yeah, Fluffy's tough. Fluffy can take it. Fluffy is ready to fight. But Jesus, man, he's fought Dubdezi at whatever this. I can't even pronounce his name, but this guy, he's never been in the likes of Drakus in a 5-round fight, going to Australia against the king of Adesanya. You know, it's luckily this is not a big UFC fight where it doesn't overwhelm Fluffy. It's a fight night, and it's a big arena in Houston at the Toyota Center. But if this was a big championship fight, all more to Sean. But I just think Sean's seen it, been with it, and I think Fluffy's gonna finally see like why these guys are the top echelon. And not that Fluffy's not going to be around, but I think he's going to take more a lesson learned on this. I just do not see anything from Fluffy, and he's getting way too much credit.
So you think if Fluffy takes it to the ground or he stays on his feet, that you think Sean can get him either way? He can handle him either way.
I don't think it will go to the ground at all. I think Sean's
No,
going to
I know.
stuff it.
But what if he does?
Yeah, it won't. I think Sean will get
Okay,
up.
so you think
I think Sean has him in
he has to take
grappling,
down defense?
everything. Sean has him in every which way, everything. His
Okay,
boxing, his grappling, his jiu-jitsu, his wrestling. I think Sean is just an all-around 10 times better fighter than him, and I hope it shows on
okay.
Saturday.
So
I
you think
really don't
Sean
have
can dictate this fight no matter what? He can completely dictate the tempo. He can completely dictate the style of the fight. You think that?
it's Sean's fight to do whatever he wants. I just don't I see Fluffy
Okay.
as an underclass guy. I think Sean's gonna outclass him in every which way, and if he doesn't finish him, he's gonna sweep him. I believe he's gonna go 5-0 on him.
Let me
That's how
ask you this:
confident.
what kind of power do you think Anthony Fluffy Hernandez has? What kind of power? What do you think of his power? Do
Anyone
you
can
think he
get
has
knocked out.
power? You think it's moderate?
No, I think it's moderate at 85. It just depends who you catch. He beat Brandon Allen, but Sean knocked him out, and everyone says Fluffy's gonna knock him out. But Sean, you look at the common opponents, Sean knocked out the common opponent in Brandon Allen, and everyone
Yeah,
thinks that
yeah.
Sean's pitter patter. But if you look at the common opponent and who they had, Sean knocked them out. Fluffy went to a hard decision with them. I thought it was he won the fight, but I don't think it was like crazy easy for him. And Sean, starched Brandon Allen. So it just depends,
Yeah,
it just depends.
yeah. So I'm trying to think about it because I'm thinking about like does Anthony Hernandez have the type of power to catch Sean in a way like Alex Pereira did?
No,
Obviously, I'm not saying that Hernandez is Pereira because he's such a huge guy and he put so much leverage behind. And Pereira went into middleweight fights when he was a middleweight. He went in there as a goddamn heavyweight. So I mean, I understand that. I'm trying to find ways for Anthony Fluffy to win this fight. Is he going to have to take it to the ground? Is he going to have to at least threaten, take down and then bring it back up and try to land a punch on him? That's what I'm trying to figure out. The thing about Sean Strickland is he doesn't have knockout power either, except he breaks people down. And the thing about it, he breaks you down in about 2 rounds. It doesn't take very long. He doesn't knock people out like cold. He doesn't have one hitter quitter, but it just seems like he hits people even with their arms up, and it seems to do some damage. And actually the way you're describing things and the way I'm kind of thinking about it now as I'm just analyzing this thing right now, it reminds me a lot of when Holloway fought Ortega, Max Holloway and Brian Ortega. I thought he was pretty much going to school Holloway. I thought he could beat him on top, on his feet. I thought he was going to be able to take him down, and I thought he was going to get him in T-City, and that was going to be kind of it. And it didn't really turn out that way. I can kind of see that Sean Strickland does what Holloway does and dictates the fight and just bloodies up Hernandez, and and maybe doesn't get the TKO, but maybe just bloodies him up for like 5 rounds. And that could be detrimental to Hernandez. You don't want to go 5 rounds with Sean Strickland getting pieced up. You might as well just get knocked out. It's a tough one, man. I'm gonna stick with Fluffy Hernandez because I want to I like to go against the I like us to go against each other here a little bit, but not to say I mean we talked before this. I was picking Fluffy before. It's not that I'm just doing it just for that, but you made a lot of good points. Is what I'm saying. You almost convinced me. You made some good points, man. And I always like Sean too.
I love Sean, man. I've loved Sean, and I've followed this kid for a long time. I just don't understand why Fluffy is getting so much credit, man, when he hasn't fought that great. Brendan Allen's the only guy he's fought that is up there, but Sean is just Sean has a Hall of Fame resume, maybe, but
he was a champion.
And I love
think he
Sean,
does.
man.
I think he does. He's a champion. He's fought some big names. Yeah, and come on, man. He's about to go for the heavyweight championship probably, and he fought him as a middleweight. That's crazy.
Yeah,
he's fought what's his name? Thriller. Was it the?
he got robbed against Cannonier, man. That was a robbery. That's BS.
Cannonier.
Cannonier got robbed.
Yeah.
Robbery.
But Cannonier is a good fighter, is what I'm saying. Yeah, and I think he won that fight as well. That's what I'm saying. I think he beat DDP, and I think he beat Cannonier. So can you imagine if he actually had those wins on his resume as opposed to them as losses? Either way, his losses and I think it's Hall of Fame for him if his mouth doesn't keep him out of it. Whatever. I like how he speaks his mind, man. I'd rather someone do that than just be kind of fake. Cool, man. Well, look, we're at odds at that one, man. But it's gonna be an interesting fight. That's a good fight, man. It's a good main card. I'm not gonna say that the undercard and the prelims are big names, but you'll probably see some pretty good scraps on there. And then the main event is a super intriguing fight with Strickland and Hernandez. That's gonna be
I love it.
That's a crazy fight. I hope nothing happens. It's a good one. All right, man. When we come back, what are we gonna get into? You want to go over I'm just gonna go over real quick the Volkanovski card and maybe touch on a couple things that happened on the Bautista Oliveira card. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. So we'll get into a little bit of review on some cards that we kind of glossed over or missed in the last few weeks. Plus, we're going to talk about some rumors and stuff like that. White House card. There's a lot of things coming out. I think the only thing that is settled is Topuria Gagey. I think that's real. All right, but we'll get into that when we come back. All right, we're back. Okay, we're gonna go over UFC 325 Volkanovski versus Lopez. And a little bit of the undercard, but we'll just go over it real quick. Let me give you the results real fast. So Alexander Volkanovski, the champion at the featherweight division, he gets fight of the night, and he's able to handle Diego Lopez even easier than he did the first time. First time was real close, and this time I think he handled that. He handled himself a lot better. Volkanovski, man, there's a resurgence there, as good as he was before. Dan Hooker loses to Benoit Saint Denis. Saint Denis coming through with a big KO in the second round. Good for Benoit Saint Denis. He's starting to look exactly like who we thought he was before that Poirier loss. In another lightweight bout, number 9, Rafael Fiziev, and number 14, Mauricio Rufy. Rufy coming through, surprising me with a second round knockout. What I didn't know is that he was working with Volkanovski in this fight, and it looks like he's on the outs with the Fighting Nerds. But congratulations to Rufy on that one, or Hoofy. Taito Iwasa and Taliesin Teixeira, geez, they're doing the they were going back and forth, man, throwing, but like these guys, they were looking for a nap after, man. But you know, when they were in there, they were doing as much as they could. Good for them. Taliesin Teixeira gets the win, unanimous decision. It was who's gonna lose to fatigue first in that one. And to start out that card, lightweight bout, Keelan Salkill gets a first round knockout against Jamie Malarkey. There wasn't any blood because it was over too fast, man. That was crazy. Quillen Salkill looked for reals, man. He looks crazy in this. He doesn't just look like a 70s porn star, man. He looks like a killer. Is what's going on there. All right, now let's do it. Let's do a freestyle, man. What do you want to talk about on this card at all? Real quick.
Jesus, first I want to apologize. I went 3-2 on that card, but first I want to apologize to the couple of people we have watching. I know we haven't been as scorching hot when I started out. You know, some of you may think, you know, I should be exiled and to Guantanamo Bay and teaching typewriter maintenance or something. But I'm telling you, on this card coming up, we're gonna go 4-1. I'm telling you, man. This card right here, man. South, I was correct. South Kid. I can't wait to see this guy, man, go on. He's gonna get a name on his next fight. You know, the kid looks ferocious. He looks good. He's doing what he needs to do. Only bigger and better things for that guy. But as far as Rufy, man, Fiziev, man, I just thought that he had it. I thought he had the experience. I thought Rufy, you know, was just a hype train. But Rufy showed, and Fiziev is a name, and Fiziev is tough to put away, and he put him away, man. And I did not see that at all coming. And again, I apologize. And you know, it's really, you know, more kudos to him because Rafael Fiziev is legit, man. He's fought Justin Gaethje twice, and he stood in there with them. And we know where Justin Gaethje's at right now, where he's at right now. And so for Rufy, you know, I'm intrigued to see who he's gonna fight next and who he's gonna get, and if he continues to stay in Australia with Volkanovski. You know, how do you leave Australia when you're winning? You know, you came off a loss. Now you're winning.
Right.
Do you go back to the Fighting Nerds for loyalty, or do you stay where you feel you're gonna keep winning? And in this game, there's no friends, man. You got to stay where you're winning. So with that, and then
I agree.
on the Lopez, on the Lopez one, it's just man, Jesus Christ! Like Lopez. You saw levels to this, and you know it was Volkanovski showed what levels are in this fight, and maybe Lopez was just on it that first fight, and Volkanovski coming back to win the title after he lost. He was on a slower one, but Volkanovski showed why he's a champ, why he's been the champ, and why he's defended it. And we're talking about Hall of Fame. Volkanovski definitely has cemented his name as, no matter what he does.
Oh yeah,
and he's Hall of Fame, you know, right away. So, you know, great card for me, man. What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, so the Fiziev fight, man, and Rufy, I didn't know he went and trained with Volkanovski. Yeah, sometimes you need to change. It doesn't matter, even if you have a good camp and you have a good gym. Sometimes you do need to change. You need to change the scenery. You need to change, just a whole change, and for someone to bring out things that you never saw in there, man. Everyone knows Rocky was a champ, man, but he didn't really get his potential till Apollo Creed took over, dog. All right, Mick did his thing with Rocky, but like it took Apollo Creed to get him past Clubber Lang, man. That's it happens sometimes, man. That's not, you know, that there's a lot of nonfiction in those Rocky movies, man. But I think that's what happened to Hoofy here. He got a change of scenery, change of pace. It's some extra experience in there. Not to say that his camp doesn't have experience, but it sometimes it sparks you, man. And Fiziev, 2 fights against Gagey, one of them a majority decision loss, the other one a unanimous decision loss, but they're both decisions. He beats Bahamundez, who I was like big on, and
Exactly.
then he gets just start by Rufy. So something's going on with Mauricio Rufy. He born again. Maybe they're tapping into potential, but now I'm not saying like I'm all in, like he's just the next next big thing. But man, to be able to take out someone like Fiziev, I thought that was a big statement for him, and he got performance of the night. It's a big statement to do that, and we'll see where we go from here. Poor Dan Hooker, man. Poor Dan Hooker just getting thrown to the dogs. He had a fight because it was in Australia. But geez, man, I feel bad for him. He's always just getting thrown to these dogs. These guys are killers. But he always takes it. Good for him. I mean, it was exciting for as long as it lasted, but it was I mean, basically he was just getting thrown around. And then like we said, Volkanovski, yeah, he looked better. I thought Lopez would get him. I thought Volkanovski was on the end. I thought he was going to retire. I thought he was going to retire if he won or lost, but he didn't. He's talking Bozvar Ebolov or oh man, geez. That's one thing I'm just not looking forward to. Oh, good lord.
You think he gets
yeah, we'll see what happens with Alex. Huh?
You think Evolov gets the next
What's
one?
that?
You think he gets the next one, Evolov?
You know what? I do, and it's probably going to be Code with another fight because he can't. I mean, they don't have to worry about pay-per-view, so maybe not. I don't know. Let's just say it was pay-per-view. I wouldn't buy that fight. Nah, man. I would phone that one in or something because it was just. I can't. I don't know, man. I mean, as exciting as Volkanovski can be, Evil of it. No, it's not. I don't know what's that more so for Lopez, man. I feel bad for him because this guy's he's not gonna sniff another title fight for quite a while, and he's gonna have to go on another win streak just to maybe even sniff something, or someone else would have to be the champion. Man, there's just so many hurdles for him right now. I kind of feel bad for him because he did make 2 good fights, and maybe the first fight he was in form and he still didn't have enough. It's gonna be crazy. It was a good card. I had fun with it. Let me mention what did you want to talk about on this on this Batista Oliveira card?
I just thought Mario Batista looked really good, man. I love how he's coming up. I love how he's fought the odds. He's fought the odds, and this kid, Benicio, before this, he looked good, man. Not against named fighters, but I'm more impressed of what Mario's done. He just seems like an overachiever. I love it. He's fought the odds, and I can't wait till they. He's got to get a big name now. Coming off a stoppage. It was first round, right?
Second round.
Okay,
second round submission.
Second round, he's got to get a big name on this, dude. After this, maybe a pay-per-view co-main event. Oh no, there's no more pay-per-view. Shit, but a big UFC numbered event and a co-main event because this kid is overachieving, and I like him, man. I'm glad that he's turned the corner, and man, I want to see him. I want to see him again, win or lose.
Yeah, so do I because he did, he fought Ricky Simone in 2024, man, and he beat him. And although, Ricky Simone is a tough guy to beat who's beaten Merab Dvalishvili, and then he fought Aldo at the end of his career, took care of him. So he's had some big names at the end of their career. So maybe he needs to fight someone in their prime. The thing about it is he fought a big name in Patchy Mix. We just didn't know Patchy sucked. I feel bad, but like Patchy wasn't. And he got cut. So I mean, that was kind of like, oh, we're gonna put you up against Patchy. Patchy's gonna come, and you're a good name. Patchy's a bigger name, and he just took care of him. But we didn't know. I saw that. I'm like, oh, I guess Batista's just better than Patchy. Then Patchy loses again, and I'm like, damn. And then Umar, that's a tough fight. No matter where you are. and he lost a unanimous decision, not a big deal. Then he wins this fight, so he's in good. I think he's in good form right now. He's in good shape for whatever
Yeah.
comes. I don't think he's in a bad spot. He's got some decent names, big names at the end of their career. He's got one name in his prime, Nurmagomedov, but he didn't win that fight. Okay, I understand that. But yeah, no, I want to see this guy. I want to see these guys mixed up with the other ones, like Sandhagen and all them, Sean O'Malley. I mean, I can't imagine how Sean would do against this guy. Except Sean doesn't want to fight anybody except for a title, so we'll see what happens about that. But yeah, I want to. I'm interested in Mario Bautista. I think he's going to sneak up on a lot of these fools. He just needs a name. He needs a name,
It is his name.
you know, we'll see. We'll see where. Yeah, we'll see where he goes with that. Jailton Almeida, man, he fights on this one, and he lost this fight. And you know what? I was watching this fight, and I was like, I don't care. I stopped watching it because I was just like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore, man. And then he got a surprise. I think he got a surprise, and he got cut, man. This guy was like on the verge of getting a title shot, and now he's gone. He's easy come, easy go in the UFC, man. If you're not entertaining in the UFC, man, and even if you win, sometimes it's not enough. He didn't win, but what do you think, man? Do you think they made a mistake with Jailton letting him go? Jailton Almeida out of the UFC.
Not at all. Not at all. And to be cut from that mediocre division, it speaks a lot. I like it. This guy had it all, man. It's one thing at heavyweight, man, when you look the part, man. When you look like Cyril Gahn, he's good looking, he's ripped, but Jesus, it just shows that the UFC is still, you gotta win. You gotta win, and you gotta be exciting. It doesn't matter what else, man. You could do whatever, and it shows right here that just because you're ripped and you're good looking and you do, even in a terrible division. I'm glad they cut him, man, to show that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're not entertaining. If you're gonna fight like that, uh, you're done. You're done. And I like it. I'm glad
Yeah,
for that, man.
yeah. This guy was about to get a title shot. He's number 6. He fights an unranked guy, stinks it out, loses, and then you get your pink slip, man. That's the way it goes. This is a business, and you need to you need to look good, man. Yeah, if you I don't. It doesn't matter if you put up exciting fights. People want to see you, man. And there's been a lot of that around. You saw what happened with Gagey, man. He's exciting, so he gets title shots. He gets big. He gets high on cards. Good. I'm glad that that's what gets rewarded. I wish there was more combat sports like that. All right, man. What else? Is that it? I think that's it, man.
White House card. They say it's set. They say they got the card set. Nothing has been leaked yet. But Dana White, I heard him say that the card is set. That they've put it in stone, and I'm just wondering who it is, man. I have no idea.
Okay. I didn't see this, man. Evilov's fighting Laron in
where?
March
Okay.
in London.
In London.
So I don't know who's next for
Volkanovski. Maybe the winner. Maybe he takes a break. Yeah. He's old.
Mm-hmm.
He's older. But
yeah, he is old.
So he needs a little break. That'll give him enough time, and those other guys are young, so they could bounce back right away. I see it. Hopefully Laron wins.
Yeah, so the only thing I've seen. Yeah. Hopefully Laron. Yeah, hopefully. So the White House card, all I've seen is Topuria Gagey, and I think that's set in stone. That's the only thing I've really seen. I've seen some like things that they think might happen, but I haven't heard a definite. And I think Data said something about like he's got some options that he's playing with. That's why it hasn't been finalized. Other than what I think they haven't finalized, but they haven't made it public yet.
All right, give me one guy you think that's on it.
Oh man, I mean, I know Derek Lewis is going to be on the prelims probably, but I don't know anybody else. I forget what I saw, and I try not to pay attention too much what I see on Instagram or like Facebook or something like that popping up everywhere because I get sucked into these lies, man. These people are just lying all day trying to get clicks, and they get me. They just get me all the
Yeah.
time.
Well, yeah,
I don't know, man, but
right there
remember
what
we
you
were
said.
you asked about what happened.
I heard, I heard it's only gonna be 5 fights. No prelim.
What was that?
Just a straight 5 fights. Just a main card.
Oh,
So I heard
man,
that
they
there's
have to
no
have
pre.
Derek
That's
Lewis on there. Come on.
maybe. But I heard it's just gonna. What I've been like reading and digging through that, it's gonna be just a straight main card, 5 fights, 6 fights at max, and that's it. It's gonna start at 7
I
or
think I
whatever.
saw Amanda Noon. I think I saw Amanda Nunes and on there, but I don't
Hopefully,
know.
man, that makes sense. Yeah. But give me your name. Give me your one name.
So I don't know. I all I heard is the bantamweight women's title might be on the line for Amanda and
Kayla.
so what? Let me, Kayla Harrison. Sorry.
Yes.
So, but I thought her neck injury was in bad shape. So I don't know. We were talking about. You asked me about Connor.
Yeah.
Do
I
you think
believe
that
Connor's gonna be on.
you
Yeah.
the,
I think it's gonna be him and Nate Diaz, man. I really believe it.
yeah, and I was saying he if look, I think if Connor ever was going to come back for one fight, last fight, or whatever, I don't think he's not going to have a resurgence in his career ever again. This would be the card to do it because he doesn't have to be the main event because it's a historical card. He can be on it, not feel bad that he's not the main event, and he can give people what they just kind of want to see, like with that third match with Nate Diaz, and I actually think that's a very winnable fight for him. I would like to see Connor and I wasn't a big Connor fan, but I would like to see Connor leave UFC or leave fighting for good with a win. I would like that because of everything he's meant to the sport and everything he's done in that sport. First double champ, things like that, man. He did a lot of things in the sport, brought a lot of eyes to the sport. And as much as you like him or hate him, I think it'd be nice if he went out with a win. You know, good whether or not he deserves that, that's a whole nother question. But it's it would be cool to see him, especially on a fight like that with Nate Diaz.
Yeah. Like him or hate him, I I love him. And like you said, he doesn't have to
Yeah,
come back.
yeah,
He doesn't have to come back for a main event. So it allows him to not fight a Ilya Taporia or a champion or someone really, a Justin Gaethje, someone who's been fighting. It allows him to come back, make some money, and fight someone like Nate Diaz, who I think he'll kill, but it still means something because that trilogy fight is something that everyone's been wanting to see for the last 5, 10 years.
yeah. It makes sense more than the Chandler fight. Like I don't need to see Chandler win or lose a fight anymore, and or anything like that. The Diaz fight makes sense, and I'm not a big Nate Diaz fan either. But it's like I think it's a special card. It's not a your every month card. So we'll see what happens
Yeah.
with that, man. Speaking of like your circus fights and stuff like that. So I saw that Mike Tyson is going to fight Floyd Mayweather because Floyd needs money Mayweather in the Congo, and so I'm sure that news comes out. Congo, Floyd needs money Mayweather, and Mike Tyson, and then Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano go like, oh, okay, you want to do circus fights, and then they step up and do their MMA version of circus fights, man. What do you think? Ronda Rousey coming out of retirement to fight Gina Carano, who's like, I don't know, she hasn't fought since like 1975. What's going on? Are you gonna watch this? It's on Netflix. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man? What do you think of these
If
fights?
I had,
Because they're coming to MMA now.
if I had to choose one, man, I wouldn't consider Gina Carano, Ronda Rousey a circus, but Jesus, that Floyd Money Mayweather fight and Mike Tyson, that's crazy, man. Like Jesus. So we'll get on to Ronda
Dude,
Rousey. I don't even want
that's
to
like
talk about
That's Barnum and Bailey's.
Jesus, But Ronda Rousey, it's intriguing. It's intriguing because they're older women. Ronda Rousey, what's intriguing about it is that Ronda Rousey, everyone's always paid tribute to her, right? Oh, I got to thank Ronda Rousey for bringing us in. Got to bring, Ronda Rousey started it. Ronda Rousey is the one that pays tribute to Gina Carano, who brought her in, who Ronda Rousey was watching
Right.
when she. So that makes it a little intriguing right there. And to be honest, we all know now after Amanda Nunes and Holly Holm exposed Ronda, it makes it more of an even fight. I don't know. When I look at it, I don't know who would win. I really don't know how old Gina is. If she's like in her late 40s, Ronda's hitting 40, but I would watch it because it's on Netflix and I already paid the subscription, so it's all good. But would I pay for it
Yeah.
on pay per view?
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay for it. Yeah. But it's intriguing, 2 good 2 good-looking girls still, they have some kinda mixed martial arts experience. They both Ronda Rousey was a champion. I don't know if, Gina Carano won the Strikeforce championship. I don't remember, but I'd rather watch that than the, Mike Tyson against, Floyd fight. That's crazy.
That is just that's out of control. Yeah, I don't even wanna that's insane. I don't even know who would televise it, but yeah, it's, that Gina Carano fight and, Ronda Rousey, it's intriguing. I just hope none of them get hurt. I knew they were working for something. Ronda wasn't just going out doing the rounds for nothing, man. And then, Gina Carano herself, she's been a bit polarizing to people. I thought it was a little I thought she got the kinda raw end of being some of the crap she got. And then getting fired from the Mandalorian and stuff like that. That was kinda messed up, but I think she got paid on that one. Good for her. But it's good to see her. It's good to see her fighting again, as long as everyone stays safe and stuff like that. I mean, I'd have to give the edge to Ronda because she's just younger, and I always
Yeah.
thought Ronda was a. Gina Carano brought a lot of eyes because she was a pretty good fighter who was really hot, and then Ronda Rousey was hot enough, but was a really good fighter. And then when levels went up and
Yeah,
people started getting
exactly.
more well-rounded, and Ronda kinda stopped being she does what she does, her judo and her grappling, but she never seemed to, like, step up, get more dimensions to her game. So that was where her demise was. But I never thought she was, I never talked crap about her. I thought they both brought a lot to the sport. So it's good for them. We'll see what happens with it. It'll be intriguing on that one. But I don't even. They're talking about these undercards with some old fools, chemo or so. I don't even want to get into it, like Hoist Gracie type stuff. I don't even know if that's happening or not. But so we'll see what's up with that. But
Is it on the
anything
Jake
else, man?
Paul?
Is there anything else going on this team?
Is Jake Paul promoting that?
No, it will take. Yeah, I think he is a part promoter. It's on MVP, but apparently Ronda has her own promotion company called Fighter First Promotions. Fighter First, I think, or yeah, Fighter First Promotions. So I think it's like a co-thing, but MVP probably is running the show, and MVP has the in with Netflix. So yeah, good for them. Eh, I'll never not want to see Gina Carano in a fight, I guess. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens with that, man. Anything else? Let's see. Anything else going on in the UFC, man? Anything else? I think
No, man. I was
that's
gonna bring up
it.
John Jones and Alex Pereira, but it doesn't
What's
look
going on
like
with John
that's
Jones?
happening. He just heard, he's saying he has arthritis. He's ready to hang him up. It sounds like he's ready to hang it up. So, we may have seen the last of John Jones. And Alex said he's already looking for what I've read, that he's looking for a new opponent because he was focused on John Jones, but John Jones has come out that he has arthritis, and it looks kind of dismal for him to come and fight again because it looks like retirement's coming for John Jones. Who knows though? What I've read.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, now that you say that, that's one of the cards. One of the fights I saw on the White House card was Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane for the interim heavyweight championship. But I don't know if that's true or not. See, man, all these rumors, man, it's crazy. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll get with you. There's another UFC fight night on the 28th, and after that, there's a Holloway Oliveira 2, UFC 326 on March 7th. So we'll get a few shows in there somehow.
Cool. Everything's good, man. Glad to be back.
All right, man, that's going to do it for us here. So from Tucson and Cali, we will see you at the fights.